Welcome back, loaders. Second webinar. Hopefully we'll be less robotic.
Oh my God.
So we'll be more off script for this one. And we just want to have a natural feel here. So this is our second webinar. We'll go ahead with the introduction.
This is Chad, and then I'm Emma, your community engagement lead.
Awesome. And the purpose of these webinars, we want to touch on that as well. So we're looking to foster a community among loaders, provide useful updates, tips, and tricks to support your growth, and ultimately enhance your success on the platform. With that, let's go to the agenda.
So for today, we've got our one big topic. We're going to go over our December promotion, and then we've got some good Q&As for the end.
Yes, and the Q&As are going to touch on the optional subscription program and payment questions we get all the time. And the good news here is the subscription program's nationwide. So definitely queue in on those. And we'll have more questions, I'm sure, with the subscriptions in future webinars. But let's go into the one big topic. So the one big topic is going to focus on our loader community values. These loader community values we're going to push during this webinar, but it's going to be our Q4 push and then into 2025. The loader community values are really important to us because it's a shared vision for mutual success on the platform, and they're going to enhance loaders' success on the platform. So the loader community values. Let's think of a way to encompass these values. That's a nice tagline or a simple saying. That saying is going to be win together. Win together is an acronym, not the together piece. That's a super long acronym. It's going to be the win aspect. So win is the acronym. Again, the loader community values are encompassed in the saying win together. Let's break apart the acronym. So W stands for wow the customer. When we were looking at wow the customer, we got a lot of external and internal reviews from customers highlighting what loaders were doing that was above and beyond true brand ambassadors for LoadUp. So one customer in particular said, hey, had a ton of junk in the driveway and the junk was piled up. So my driveway was obviously nice and neat. Once the loader left with the junk, they took the extra step of helping me clean up the driveway. So really that was the going above and beyond aspect to wow the customer. But there are some simple low-hanging fruit on the platform that loaders can do as well. So what do you think when we're thinking of wow the customer that is really simple that you can do as a loader when you're on the platform?
If I was a loader on the platform, I could probably set an ETA. I could give a customer a courtesy call before I show up, and I could arrive on time.
Yes, it's as simple as that for the low-hanging fruit. Of course, we also want to do the above and beyond aspect as well. So to highlight some of that, I want to take back to when you were in the sales department on the sales team. Emma was great on the phone with customers. Can you kind of give a good story there that would help loaders understand how to potentially handle a phone call with a customer?
Yeah, so whenever I was in the sales department, there was one woman specifically that I remember. She was getting a couch removed. She had ordered this new couch. It was super nice, whatever. She loved the brand. She'd been saving up for it. And then when she said the brand, I was like, oh, I have furniture from there. And we just chatted for a little bit about different pieces that we liked. And she just had a really great, like, we had a really great time together. So I think that I did wow her. I mirrored, her vibe during the phone call, and I think that she recognized that.
Yeah, it's as simple as mirroring the customer. So kind of having that relating touch. They're enthusiastic, you're enthusiastic. They may tell a story. These customers are going to be talking to you. You have a relatable story. Share that with the customer. We believe that through feedback from other loaders, this is a way to set you up for success on the platform. So that is W in the WIN acronym. Wow the customer again. Let's take it to the next one, which is I, integrity in action. Integrity for LoadUp is really important, so we really want to share this too for a loader community value. Integrity in action has the honesty and transparency component built into, of course, this acronym, and it's looking to build trust with customers and LoadUp. So do you have a way or an example that is integrity in action that a LoadUp shared with you last week?
Yeah, so last week I was reviewing a compliance email. The loader was charged a cancellation fee, and he reached out to us asking for us to remove that. So we looked into the order and his account, and he's a very reliable loader. He sets ETAs, he arrives on time, like he communicates with us when there's issues. So because of that, we know him to be an honest loader. We were able to remove that fee for him.
Yes. That's a really good story, a great example of a loader that has integrity in action. Of course, when we do review loader profiles, we'll take a look at the negative payables, communication with dispatch, and communication with customers. So that's a great way to showcase integrity in action. I do also want to highlight that a lot of customers just want that honest call. So as a loader, we've heard different stories, internal, external reviews again, where the loader is like, I was running behind. So, hey, look, you're on a big job. It's going to take you a while to get through that. Maybe your truck breaks down. You got to do something there. Call the customer. Just let them know what's going on rather than avoiding the issue. We've seen a lot of success where the loader is still able to complete the order within the day. The customer gets that heads up and they're like, okay, well, I was sitting at the house. So, I can go do my errand and I know the loader is going to be here at 4 o'clock as opposed to noon when I thought the ETA was set. But that's that honest phone call. We do hear about that through, again, the external and internal reviews, and other loaders are sharing that with us as well. So that is I, integrity in action. The last acronym is need is mutual. So need is mutual is going to highlight two aspects of a mutually successful relationship. The first one is we're going to highlight is load up, and then the second one that we're going to highlight is the loaders. So need is mutual means you have two parties involved. Again, we're talking about a mutually successful relationship. So what is load up really good at right now? Can you think off the top of your head?
Well, if the last couple months are any indication, we're really good at acquiring order volume nationwide.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a sales marketing powerhouse. We will handle the cost of acquisition for the customer. And additionally, to your point, we've seen a 60% increase in orders compared to last year over these last 3 months.
Yeah.
That 60% increase in orders means upfront guaranteed payment. So it's not just leads that we're talking about that might not be viable long term. These are orders that are guaranteed and upfront. Additionally, LoadUp is really good at handling the customer service aspect. So when we say need is mutual, on the one hand, we have LoadUp, right? So we know we're a marketing and sales powerhouse, handling the cost of acquisition for customers and doing the customer service aspect. But once we have this guaranteed upfront payment, we have to deliver on the promise. So now we bring in the other party. So who's going to deliver on the promise?
The loaders.
Yes, exactly. So let's think about what you all as loaders are really good at, and that is the professional on-site service that you all deliver. Emma and I, we could be the sales marketing powerhouse. We're certainly not great at arriving on site and then trying to do the junk removal job. So this is that need is mutual aspect. Again, looking for the interdependent but mutually successful relationship. So you are successful on the platform, and at the same time, we're successful at marketing, sales, and the customer service aspect. So win together, the new loader community values, bundled up together into the saying, and then the acronym, which is WIN. W is wow the customer, I is integrity in action, and N is need is mutual. That wraps up the one big topic. What's next?
Yeah, so for the month of December, any order that a customer placed that is over $85, they can add a live Christmas tree, not the artificial one, but a live Christmas tree to their order, and then that tree is free for pickup. So that is December 20th to January 15th that we have that going.
Awesome. Excited for that to continue. So the Q&A section now, and again, for the question and answers, we've had a lot of questions through different methods, right? So you have the Facebook group, we've had questions, we've had text, we've had webinar questions there underneath the video we posted last time. And of course, you could submit your questions on the link. We will do our best to answer those, not just in webinars, but other methods as well. For this particular webinar, we're going to focus on the optional subscription program. A lot of good questions there. So we're going to focus at the beginning on those questions, and then we're going to pivot to a special guest for the payment questions. So let's kick off the first question.
Sure. So, first one, do I need a subscription to view orders in the app? So, we want to emphasize that subscriptions are optional and do not affect order visibility. So, you're still going to get those notifications. All orders are visible to all loaders on the platform, whether they are subscribers or not. The primary benefit for subscribers is the ability to accept orders earlier within a designated time window based on their subscription plan.
Nice. I'll handle the next subscription question. So this one was raised up in the Facebook group, and it was, I was paying $250 for 2,500 points, but now you're asking me to pay $350 for 1,000 points. Why did the point to dollar ratio change? So the answer here is the point to dollar ratio remains 1 to 10. The new pricing for subscription plans, that reflects the added value of gaining earlier access to accept orders within priority time windows. If you need to top up points, direct purchase points are still available at the 1 to 10 ratio. For example, $100 still equals 1,000 points. But just to reiterate, the new subscription pricing model reflects both the ability to, on certain plans, get points, of course, but all of the subscription plans reflect the pricing on getting earlier access to orders.
Great. Another question we saw from some loaders that are in lower volume areas. We work in a service area with just a few orders per week. Do you offer different subscription models depending on the service area? So at this time, we do not offer different subscription models based on order volume in specific service areas. So just note that loaders often work across multiple areas. So the subscription plans are designated for nationwide use. Subscriptions remain optional, but if you're considering one that we recommend selecting a plan that aligns with your needs, for example, evaluate your average weekly order count, the size of your typical orders, or whether you're looking to grow your business. So if you have any questions and would like to discuss further, please email loadersuccess@goloadup.com to set up a call.
Yeah, and you'll set up a call with Emma. So it'll be perfect. Next question here. If there's a group of loaders on the Premier plan working in the same city, aren't they all competing for orders like before, but now paying a premium price? So, good question here. Yes, this is possible, but it's worth noting that only Premier plan loaders will have priority access to the order. This means there's less competition for early access compared to the previous system where all loaders were vying for the same orders. As a result, Premier Plan subscribers benefit from a more exclusive, favorable time window.
Yep, it's like you versus 3 or 4 other loaders instead of you versus like 30 or 40 loaders.
It's a much better, more simple way to answer that question.
Yep. So, next question. Are you all planning on increasing your catalog prices with inflation? How can we generate revenue if not? So, currently, we have no plans to increase catalog pricing. However, due to strategic marketing efforts, LoadUp has experienced a significant 60% increase in total order volume since late August across these traditionally slower months. We hope that this trend will persist based on contractor feedback. We recommend using this higher volume of orders to help offset costs like disposal, gas, and helper fees. The increase in customer bookings supports this approach effectively.
Yeah, that's a great one. And that kind of touches on that last acronym there, which is in the win together model, which is need is mutual. So
Yes.
we're going to handle that cost of acquisition, the marketing sales powerhouse, really gaining the order volume, guaranteed upfront payments, but in turn, then, leveraging what we can do really well as loaders to enhance your success on the platform, of course. Awesome. So that wraps up the subscription questions. We're going to have a lot of those since the new subscription program is nationwide, and we will answer those throughout the day as fast as possible. But for questions about the payment, we're going to send it out to Megan in Billings, Montana. Megan, how are you doing out there?
Thank you guys. I am doing great over here. Thank you everyone. Again, I am Megan. I am sure that we've had the pleasure of connecting at some point. Today, I will be talking a bit more about how to get paid on our platform. So to get us started here, we know that getting paid on time is crucial. So I will be walking us through exactly how to do that. First things first, your weekly purchase order. So every Tuesday, we will send a unique purchase order number for the orders completed the previous Monday through Sunday. So you'll see the purchase order number and the total amount. Here's an example of what that looks like when emailed to you. Again, you can see that purchase order number circled at the top there. That will always be a unique number. And then the total amount from the orders completed at the bottom there. Once you have received that purchase order, it would then be time to send your invoice. So here you can see some examples of what we do accept and what we don't accept. Please make sure to familiarize yourself here. It does need to be a merchant to merchant platform, and we need to be able to pay it with our credit card. Here's an example of what that invoice looks like. So you can see on the left is your line items. That is where you will put the purchase order number. So again, you can reference the email sent to you with that unique purchase order number. Quantity will be 1, and then price will be the total amount of those orders completed. Again, that's at the bottom of the purchase order number, and you do not need to include every order number completed, just the purchase order number and the total amount. It's very crucial to have these items match as we reference the purchase order number to our records and the total amount to our records. So if those do not match, it will cause delays in payment. Moving on here is the processing times. So granted that you've sent your invoice correctly, meaning it's been sent to ap@goloadup.com, you have the correct purchase order number and the correct total amount, then you can expect a 24-hour to 48-hour processing time. Again, this is business hours, so Monday through Friday, and then that's looking at a 2-day turnaround to get paid on your invoice. Before we wrap up here, I do just want to reiterate some key things to remember. So, again, when creating your invoice, you want to make sure you're including the correct purchase order number, the correct total amount. Make sure you're sending it to ap@goloadup.com, and we can pay it with a credit card. Anything else would cause delays in payment, and we obviously want to avoid that whenever possible. So if any questions come up, please drop them below. We'll get them answered in a timely manner. And I am going to pass this back over to my friends in headquarters. Thank you guys.
Awesome. Thanks to our special guest, Megan, for answering those last couple of questions. That does wrap up the December webinar. And again, just to highlight the one big topic, do you want to take us back through the acronym WIN?
Yes. So, win together. We want to wow the customer. We want to see integrity in action, and we need to know that need is mutual.
Yes, so those are the new Loader community values. It's going to be a heavy push from us in the Q4 model, and then of course into 2025. So you're going to see that a lot on Facebook groups, newsletters, and of course continuing through our webinars here. It's going to enhance your success on the platform, and we're really excited to share this. Of course, as we've gathered a lot of internal, external feedback from the loaders that we thought were brand ambassadors, and of course customers as well. So that is Win Together. WIN is the acronym. You'll see that here in a couple different places. And then do you want to take us back through just real quick recap on the December promotion?
Yeah, so the December promotion at Christmas Tree is any order for customers that's $85 or more. Once they add that live Christmas tree, that Christmas tree is free for pickup. So just for the month of December.
Awesome. Thanks for that recap. So guys, we had a lot of good questions. Keep them coming. We're going to answer them through different ways and means. And then, of course, we have the new optional subscription program live nationwide. Emma here can answer any of those questions. That is loadersuccess@goloadup.com, and we'll get back to you guys. Thanks again, and have a great day.
Thanks, guys.